Hi there, Dead Idle Boy here. Here we go with some oval racing. You can see here we've got Will Murdoch immediately begging for some help, and little does he know that I have never raced an oval race in my life at this point. So he couldn't be asking a worse player to give him the help he needs, because, well, I don't know what I'm doing. I have no clue. I'm just going to put my foot to the floor and follow Will, to be perfectly honest with you. So wherever he goes, my plan is I'm going to try and go with him. He is a top split FIA driver after all, and this is a stacked lobby, so I'm just going to try and follow the person in front, which happens to be Will, and hope for the best. So let me get this out of the way immediately. There's a baby sleeping in the room next to me, so we're doing the old quiet commentary again, so hopefully you can hear me when you're watching this back. Anyway, I digress. So, Will is the target for me. I'm just going to try and tuck in here, the same as everybody is tucking in, and I'm just going to follow the train and hope that this is the right thing to do. For some reason, the guy behind me has immediately lost the slipstream, so I'm not going to get any help from behind. So it's crucial here that I stay in the slipstream, because if I lose it, then it's race over, and we don't want that. And it wouldn't make much of a video, would it, if I lost the slipstream and just trundled round the track for 7 laps doing nothing on my own. But I've caught up to Will, and we're going to bump draft him along. He did ask for my help, and I assume this is the kind of help he was expecting. So a couple of little bumps there, just trying to keep control of the car. Ooh, almost losing it there. Like I said, I've never driven oval racing in my life. I've watched it, I've watched people stream it, I've watched folk like Basic Ollie on iRacing do it at Daytona, but I've just never had the inclination to give it a go. But we thought, well, it's a no DR, no SR race, got to give it at least one go this week, and we jumped in. Key 25, he was actually streaming at the time, so it was being watched by a few, so I was just trying not to make a fool of myself or ruin anyone's race. But so far so good. We're on to lap 3, we're not dead, Will isn't dead either, and neither are any of the cars in front. So we're going to take a little bit of a high line, then a low line, unintentionally. I was just trying to keep control of the car. It does require a lot of concentration. That's what I've found with oval racing. Concentration levels need to be at an all-time high, because cars can be so twitchy at these speeds. So one little accidental flick of the wheel could send you off into the shadow realm. You can see up ahead we've got some sparks flying, and the good thing about this race is nobody has broken away. The leaders haven't broken away. We seem to be getting all sorts of people out with the usual big train. You know, we've got a few different slipstreams going on, which bunches everybody up and makes it for a more exciting race. So 4 laps, we're over halfway, and we've got the first death. So off goes somebody. I think it was Calster. I think he was the victim in this case, and we've got the aptly named Crazy having a little side by side with Will there, trying desperately to get into the slipstream, and he comes slightly across us, but we managed to just follow Will through the gap there. So we've made up a position. We're up to 7th now, so we started in 11th, we're up to 7th. I think this is the way that you're supposed to do these races. I think that's pretty good. You can see here Will's going to go on the outside now, and we're going to follow him. He's we trust him. He's a very, very experienced driver, and we're going to bump him along and see where that takes us. Like I said, I think this is what he wanted me to do, so we'll try and oblige. But you can see the cars on the sort of low side of the track, they're coming back through now. You can see Crazy there, he's managed to get back in front of us, so we're temporarily at least back down to 8th, but we've got 2 trains. We're firmly in the outside train at the moment, as we're on to the penultimate lap. So Max Power, he's in the lead, but there's absolutely nothing in it. You can see 8 cars separated by 8 car lengths basically, and there's an absolutely massive death there. Not quite sure how Crazy managed to avoid it, but he's still on my inside. So we're down to 5 cars now in the train. So nudging Will forward. He's going to make a play for the lead here. He's up into second, and Key's tucked in behind Max Power, so Will just can't get tucked in. Max Power coming back up the inside again, and there we go, we'll get Crazy. So we're back down to, all of a sudden, back down to 6th place. So I mean, things just changing in an absolute instant here, but look at Crazy, and Will up ahead, and Crazy just ushering Will into the shadow realm there. And we, you know, do what we do in these races and just tuck in, take the positions, and start bumping the person in front. That's been my strategy from the moment the race began, and it's seen us go from P11 up to P4. Now Key makes the break now, he's on the outside, and like I said, Key was live streaming this, so we start bumping him along. We're thinking maybe we can actually sneak up here, maybe we can get in, get the victory, and we'll pop over to see what was happening in Key's stream at the time.
Oh no, Deadeye, come on, hit me hard, hit me harder. Ah, crap. Oh.
Well, there you have it. Unfortunately for Key, I couldn't quite hit him hard enough. Interesting that he does like to be hit hard though, but we'll say little more about that. Anyway, it was a great race. I really enjoyed my first experience of oval racing, and yeah, it didn't put me off. I would certainly come back for some more. So interesting that GranTurismo went for that this week, but yeah, people seem to be enjoying it. Anyway, over to race B now, and you can see we're in the WRX. We're qualified in pole position courtesy of a 145.4 in the qualification, so it was a really good lap, I have to admit, to get that time. Just absolutely nailed the death chicane flat out. But interestingly, I'll tell you a little bit about the flat out death chicane in a second. First of all, can I just say what a livery that DJ Williams has created for this WRX. Absolute work of art. DJ Williams, genius when it comes to livery creation, so big shout out to him. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, we nailed the death chicane flat out, because in qualification, if you didn't know this, here's a top tip: if you just keep hitting the retry button until you get overcast conditions, the track temperature actually drops slightly to an optimum temperature, which gives you a little bit more grip. Now, these aren't things that are being publicised by us, but we're figuring these things out as we go along. So the weather, the real-time weather, we've got wind that affects the game now, we've also got track temperatures. Although there is no temperature gauge available to us for us to see, it's there, and I think it will come in a later update. We'll get our temperature gauge, but at the moment, yeah, if you're racing in qualification and it's bright sunny conditions, the chances are the track temperature is too warm and you're not getting the optimum grip out of your tyres. So I managed to get a really good overcast track and managed to nail the death chicane because I had a little bit extra grip, and yeah, it helped me a lot. So anyway, here we come to the death chicane itself, lap 1. Can we survive it? Just about. Oh, car got a little bit twitchy there, and you can see the Italian behind us who was very, very quick. He's now got the run on us. He's going to go inside. We're not going to go defensive. It's lap 1. I'm not going to defend it at this point. We're going to try and be sensible here, and you can see he overshot his braking point, so being sensible kind of paid off there because we managed to take the position back, cut across, and we're now back in the lead, although there really is nothing in it. And like I said, I didn't really want to fight with the Italian at this early point. I really wanted to try and make a breakaway and secure a top 1 or 2 positions and have a battle for the lead. And you can see the Italian goes for up the inside. We kind of just about give him enough room there, a little bit of contact but nothing major, so we've survived, and yeah, it's all good. So here we go, we're going to try and just stay with him. Now, a lot of the time I'm guilty of, if somebody gets past me, I just assume they are faster than me and I kind of give up the chase and just try and protect what I've got. But on this occasion I thought, nope, let's see if we can hang with them, let's see if we can stay in that slipstream. It's quite a big slipstream, so this is a fast flowing track. If we can stay in the slipstream, just put a little bit of pressure on them, just see you know, if that can help us. Also, it will help us pull along. See the gap there to P2, sorry, P3 Dan we've got behind us. So I know Dan's very quick. I've raced him a number of times and he's, you know, probably a little bit quicker than me, so I had to use everything that I could to maintain that gap, and following the Italian as closely as I can, staying in slipstream would be a help to do that. So coming through the desk again for the second time, are we all going to survive it? The answer to that is no, as the Italian actually crashes out now. For once, I'm not the first person to die at the desk again. Normally it would be, but that's great news for me, not so good for the Italian. We've got the position back and we are now leading the race. So we've got a healthy lead here. We've got just over a second. We really want to try and break that slipstream to Dan and, you know, secure the victory as early as possible, barring any death chicane incidents. As we come across to set the fastest lap temporarily, Dan takes it back. So coming up to the death chicane, we've still got that roughly 1 second lead. Can we survive it? We can. Actually, that was the best. I took the chicane out of the first 3 laps, and you can see there we've got that. We're maintaining that healthy lead. And as we come up to this corner, which is really tricky, this corner, you've got to watch your brakes. You've got to try and kind of avoid locking those tyres up, and just kind of smoothly exit, get on the power as early as possible. But you can see Dan's got a really good exit, and now the delta's shown. He's well within a second now. In fact, he's within 3/4 of a second. Now, in GranTurismo Sport, breaking the slipstream from here would have been obviously pretty straightforward, or would have been much more doable, but the slipstream here being that bit bigger, although not strong, means that, you know, anything within 1.3 seconds, I think, is going to start eating into your lead. But we've got 3/4 of a second to play with. As long as we don't do anything crazy, then hopefully that should be enough. But you can see Dan again, he's doing a decent job. He's staying with us. He's got that sort of momentum now. He was, you know, at 1.2 seconds back. He's now probably eyeing up a potential victory, because he probably knows that I'm a bit of a bottle job when it comes to leading a race. And yeah, if you stay with me, then you're probably going to pick up something. As the delta is coming down now, I was very, very aware of the delta. I could just see it dropping and dropping, and it was kind of making me dread approaching the desk again as this helicopter drops down just to try and put me off even more. I think they were expecting a catastrophic incident here, and we just about through, but I dropped my speed by about 5 miles an hour, went through it like a bit of a granny, to be honest with you. And Dan has now got the run. Look at this, we're going to go defensive, we're going to go on the brake, so I'm going to take a really narrow, slow line out of the corner, and you can see he's got the run on me now, and he's surely going to pit me. All of the effort I've put in, he's surely going to pit me on the line, is he? No! We managed to hold on to P1. A fantastic race with Dan, and I was absolutely over the moon with that win, because I'll be honest with you, wins on GranTurismo 7 have been an absolute premium for me, so they're a very rare thing. But if you enjoyed the video, then hit the like button. If you've not subscribed, then please hit that subscribe button, because every time somebody hits that subscribe button, I'm 1 subscriber closer to my wife letting me buy a new laptop and get fibre broadband, so it all helps. So thanks very much, and I'll hopefully see you all on the next one. Goodbye.